Okay, I'm back out here in Daytona. It's Thursday. It's like 6 o'clock. They got 1, 2, 3, 4 headers on the ground. I'm gonna just circle around and make sure that's all they did. I've been up since like 5 o'clock. I went from my shop an hour and a half south to Miami, offloaded all them lights, drove all the way back to West Palm, picked up that thing, and then offloaded that at the shop, and now I'm back in Daytona. So there's probably a little, what would you call it, jet lag, but in a car lag. All right, so we want to prep before our snatch and grab. We want to get the crane ready. We need to extend the boom. We don't want to be messing around over there with all the traffic. Okay, this crane makes light work of these big ass boxes. Now I need to decide whether I'm going to stack them like this way or that way. I'm going to stand it up and see if they're wider than my trailer. If they're wider than the trailer, I'm going to have no choice but put them sideways. But I'm just going to stack all 4 of them, cinch it down, and then go park and go swim in the hotel pool. safest bet for me is to stack them like this. Okay, we got them all strapped up. I got one strap pulling them back to the gate, which is locked into position. And then I got 2 straps on the bottom holding it in, and then 2 straps up here kind of cradling it. You know, these things are like a big old pair of double D's, man. You can't have these things just flopping around while you're going down the street. You got to support that shit. So we don't want this shit breaking off. So it's kind of squeezed up on itself. And for where we're going, literally like a mile down the road here, that is literally the beach right over there. And hopefully we got another ocean view. So we're about to go find out. All right, we made it back to the hotel. This is our view. Ah, look at that. Look at them sandbars. The ocean's way calmer today. So I'm gonna go take a shower and we're gonna get out there on the water and at least get my feet in that sand. Float around a little bit. You know, scrap is like being on vacation. It's nice to get paid. Chill by the beach. Now, I live by the beach, so this isn't like out of the norm for me, but it's nice when you're working and it's paying for this. Absolute beautiful day to scrap. I just want to stay at the hotel all day, go swim in the pool. But, you know, we got money to make. The ocean looks super calm today. Hopefully I get back in time, we can go back in. Okay, so the first order of business is I'm gonna try and salvage this thing. Only one switch is working, but I really need to use all these switches because it's getting crazy just operating this from right here. I need to kind of move around, and this has like a 20-foot cord that I'm not being able to take advantage of. So I'm gonna open this up and see if I can't repair this mess. Okay, these guys are like running me over. Now, so 4 of these were from yesterday, and they have one more over there. And I was just trying to get them all, you know, picked up and out of the people's way. So I'm actually gonna go pick up the last one right there. But I finally figured out my switches. I put 2 brand new switches in here. I'm gonna leave the 3rd one, even though I do have a new switch, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we're gonna try to get this thing back together. I had to go, thank God my electrician buddies have some parts, so I got to put that on there. We should be able to button this up, and then we'll go test it out now that we can have the use of our full. Let me show you this. This thing has a full, like a 20-foot cord. I can go all the way to the end of the trailer with this thing. This would have been really helpful yesterday. Okay, there you have it. It ain't the prettiest thing, but we got all of our functions now. This is how I would usually operate this thing. Got left and right. Cable in, cable out. Boom up and boom down. Now, check this out. Wow, since she's uncoiled. We got plenty of wire now. Now we're basically operating remotely. Okay, this time I got my roll around stool, and I'm just gonna start in on all these stupid things here. They come off pretty easy. Most of them are just screwed on with self-tappers, but some of them have rivets, so they get the hammer treatment. I want to knock that out first, get all the real noise out of the way, and then we're just going to do one step at a time until we get them done. Hopefully we can make some headway here to the point where I can get back up with these guys. I probably shouldn't have overslept. My goal was to be here while they were taking them down. That way I could have them drop it on my truck, and then I could drive around back to a shady spot real quick, break them down, and then come back up here while they're doing their thing. Because after these 4 headers, now they're on 2 headers, which means I could process 2 of them a lot quicker than 4 of them while they're moving from one pole to the other. But it is what it is. We're still gonna make out pretty good, pulling out tons of 1,000-watt transformers, and all this stuff here is free. So yeah, we're just gonna get scrapping. Okay, this is some super tedious stuff, getting these shields off, but I got them all loose except for they all got like rivets or glue. Last time I beat them off, I missed one. Anyway, last time I beat them off with a hammer. This time I'm going to use my pin bar and see if that helps out, makes it go a little bit easier. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go check and see what they got down and bring the rest of the lights over here. So I went over and picked up this single, and check this out. This thing was ready to fall down, man. Look at this crap. This is why I, after doing this for years, don't like parking anywhere near light poles. Especially the old metal ones. Now these concrete ones, I wouldn't be worried about them falling over, but the old metal ones, the bases be looking like that. And I've actually gone to job sites and picked them up where they've fallen down and damaged cars and stuff. So this one's got tons of extra screws and whatnot. This one's gonna kind of be a pain in the butt. Start crane. Now I got to get used to using this again. This is nice because you can actually just hold this in your hand and, you know, kind of do all the functions. I don't know if my fingers got fat or this is bent in, but I can barely get to this switch. I think these switches here were higher, so I could click the top of that with my finger before. Now these are way down in there. They're a little more protected, but I mean, this thing is shot. This was a control pendant for a hoist. It just had an up and down button. I gutted it, put a piece of diamond plate, 3 switches, ran the wires, and these are actually handles from a drawer that was in the garbage. I just pulled them off because they were aluminum and look cool. But now we're back in action. I just need to fix this hydraulic ram that's been leaking. Okay. Process that right there. All right, what I'm going to do is get everything to the same stage, knock all these lenses off, and then pull the glass. But we might be getting some rain. It's looking kind of crazy out here. I'll tell you what, it is hot, but there's a nice breeze from the ocean, so it's almost like the air conditioning's on. And now that the cloud cover's coming, this side looks pretty cool. Now that the cloud cover's coming, it's really nice, like perfect work working with it. So I'm gonna hit this hard real quick because it's about to start coming into the hottest part of the day, and I'm gonna get most of this tedious stuff done. Okay, I got all the lamps and the lenses out. I got them staged here. There's a dumpster out back that says recyclable material only. So glass is recyclable, it's gonna go in there. Now, I guess I forgot my head cam at the hotel. So we're gonna have to use the crane cam, and I'm gonna show you exactly what it takes to get these apart. It's actually pretty straightforward and simple. It's just a lot of screws and a couple different ones, and kind of, you know, a little tedious, but it's pretty straightforward. So let's knock this out real quick. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take this plate off, and I like using these long nut drivers just so you don't have to run an extension, and you're not losing your nut driver all the time with the extensions unless you have a lock-in extension. But these work out really nice. A little bit more expensive, but it's well worth it. Hidden behind a gasket. Okay. The reason I like to take that out first is there's a screw all the way down in that corner, or a nut you got to get off, and if you don't take that out, it's hard to see. Now the next step, .5/16 nut driver. This thing comes right out. Now, I've been trying to save all the screws. That's another thing that's been taking a long time, is I've been picking up all the screws from those stupid things. That took a while, man. That was some real tedious stuff right there. Okay, now these transformers, some of them are loose. Okay, so the next step could either be this. I actually like taking these out first, because when you take out the net, these things here are super tedious. There's 6 of them. And the one down here in the corner is always the toughest. Matter of fact, I had an extension on here. There we go. Now before I leave, I make sure that this plate is going to come off. See? Oh, alright. There's a self-tapper broken off coming through the backside. So this one here is going to need some assistance. See, some of them are like that. These are the worst ones ever, because all those things, some of them are pop ribbons. Now, this bar here did a great job, but that big old 60-inch pinch bar, that just knocked the shit out real easy, man. That's the way to go. Okay, so once I'm at this point, I cut these wires kind of as close as I can to these wire nuts, because everything from back that way is going to be #1 insulated. All this is #2 insulated, and there's like $1 a pound difference between #1 and #2, or something close to that. So this is just garbage. And then this has 2 wires. The plate can come out, and what I've been doing is kind of making a little pile. That's actually #1. Now, pretty much all these transformers are good. All these lights were working. It was just time to upgrade. Oh, you know what? I did bring a bucket. Now, I was kind of cleaning up some of this hardware and placing it. You know, the big nuts and bolts and shit. I don't worry about every little screw. It's old sheet. You're allowed, you know, 3% steel. And then this piece here should come right off. And you're left with this extruded. This is a nice heavy piece. I think this weighed like 5 pounds maybe when I weighed it the other day. Big old chunk of repaired. Look at that. Huh? You think that thing was holding on up there? Huh. That's crazy. And look at that. This stuff was crispy. So this is some more tedious stuff here. Wires. But that is a decent little chunk of wire. I'll probably even strip that. But there you have it. That's prepared steel. That can just go just like that. And then what I've been doing is putting this back. Putting that back. There you go. Ready for the scrap yard. You know, I was just looking at this crazy mess right here, right? And I'm sitting right in front of Publix. This is the main Publix. Right like in the main spot on Daytona Beach. And we out here scrapping like crazy. And there's tourists everywhere. These tourists probably think us South Floridians are crazy, man. So I'm gonna go ahead out here and clean up all of this sheet metal that's laying all over the ground so I can roll around on my little cart. So I'm gonna get the time lapse set back up, man. We're gonna get right back to it. Okay, we got all the domes out. Man, this is a back saver right here, dude. I wish I would have had this the other day. But anyway, we're gonna get right on pulling those 3/4 bolts out. I'm just gonna zip right around, get them loose. And then the only thing left is to come back and clip them wires. And then I can start stacking these on the trailer and we can get out of the sun. Because I know they around back dropping more lights probably, and I know there's some shade back there. So we're looking for the shade. It's starting to get hot. Now, I am in between each step. I'm taking a little break, getting some water, hydrating, stretching. You know, even though I'm sitting on the cart, it's still bending over and whatnot. It's good to stretch the back. Thank God the hotel I'm in has got a jacuzzi. Well, there you have it. We got it all cleaned up, stacked up on the trailer. Now we're going to go look for the rest of them. Looks like we got the Carolina squatter here. Well, there you have it. The last of them I wind up just picking up and putting on the trailer because it's like 6 o'clock and I've been out in the sun all day. I'm kind of cooked. I want to go back to the hotel, take a shower, relax in the pool, maybe hit the hot tub, and then I'm probably going to get back on the road tonight since these guys are done. They done changed them all out in like 3 days. Now I really should have broke these down, but man, I ain't got time for all that now. I'm trying to hit the pool before it closes, and I'll take care of these back at the shop. I gotta deal with all that big mess there anyway. So we just gonna put a couple quick straps on this thing, and I'm gonna get to the hotel. What a beautiful morning. Well, I was gonna leave last night, but since I already paid for the hotel room, I figured I might as well stay and enjoy it. I'm supposed to be back in West Palm picking up some copper today, but I think I'm just gonna take the day off. Take my time getting back. I'd rather go down there and swim in the ocean. Funny how that horizon looks dead flat, and the light from the sun comes straight to you. It's interesting how light supposedly bends around a curve. What a joke. I don't think they call it sea level because it's round. Okay, we're over here at the tire shop. Now, I actually came here the other day. I had that tire replaced and bought a spare. I think it was like 40 bucks and 30 bucks or something. They didn't have any truck tires. I was gonna get a new, I actually have 2 spares under there for the truck. When I travel this far, I bring 2 spares for the truck and the trailer. I'm having them replace that tire and replace the other spare, which had a slight bubble in it. But I wanted to show you something. I always net my stuff because you can actually get pulled over for not having a secured load, and this is kind of crazy back here. Not that any of this heavy stuff would go anywhere, but it just looks better for, you know, people you don't want to be involved with. So anyway, these nets usually come with something that looks like this. Take these right off and throw them right in the garbage because they'll drive you crazy. And go get yourself a bunch of carabiners, okay? Now what I like to do is get 2 different sizes and colors, or just 2 different colors. You put 4 colors of different color on the corners, and then you just grab the corner and shake your net and it comes out. If you got those stupid hooks, you'll spend 20 minutes trying to undo that thing when all them hooks hook here and here and here and here and here. Anyway, if you ever use a net, throw them out, get some carabiners, you'll thank me later. And so big, it took me 2 days to walk through it. And I don't even know if I seen everything. It was crazy. If you're ever in Daytona and they have that car show swap meet, I highly recommend it. We walked right through them tunnels right there. That goes underneath the racetrack. It was pretty cool. Man, what a massive structure. Imagine scrapping that out. Look at all that steel. And I bet you they got big boy transformers. Look at all them sport lighters up there. Every one of them's got to be a 1500 watter. That whole place. You know how many transformers in there? I need to scrap the Daytona Speedway. That's what I need to do. Or at least convince them to change the LED and let me come in there and get the transformers. I'll do them a favor and just remove them for free. This sign up here says, "Thank you for visiting Daytona Beach." Well, I'd like to thank Daytona Beach for a whole big old trailer load of scrap. Alright, so we made it back to West Palm, and it's like getting ready to storm. Feels amazing, like air conditioning. But I was just looking at these lights. Round lights, I've dealt with these before. What a nightmare, man. Those round lights are so hard to stack on your trailer, it's like almost impossible. You need like an enclosed or something with sides. But check this out. I ain't been back in West Palm more than 10 minutes. And that damn copper just keeps on calling. I had to go stop and pick up about 950 pounds of some big old copper. Now, some of this stuff was cut for a job. It's still got tags on it. This is brand new copper here. You know, I know. People always telling me, man, you can sell it and get more for it. Look how dusty this copper is, man. This shit been sitting, okay? Nobody wants it. It's probably too short for the job. You know what I'm saying? They sat on that copper so long, they got tired of it. Tired of looking at it, so they sold it. And I'm gonna strip it. Yeah, look at this, man. Got some nice stuff in there. 100% strippable. And we might even pull the copper out of this right here. That's all number one. And look what we got down there. That's what we were after right there. Them 1,000 watters. There's a pile of them down there. One for every one of these lights. Now, we do have to take these lights apart. I was beat yesterday, man, spending all that time out in the sun. So, we made it back with this sketchy, I mean, this is strapped 3 times, so it ain't going nowhere. It's strapped to that thing. It's strapped in sideways, and then it's wrapped. So, as sketchy as this looks, none of this stuff is moving. I mean, you can push on this, and the whole trailer shakes, you know. And nobody was beeping at me while we're going down the street. And that's the main thing. You don't want people beeping at you, because that means something bad's happening. But we got our work cut out for us this weekend. None of that flew. I thought that was copper, but it's just like copper coated. And the old crane with the old battery that sat around for a year absolutely put in work this weekend. If you notice in the video, I kept playing with this because this is cocked so bad, because this inner shaft is bent on an angle like that. It's actually like cracked halfway around the back. And I'll get into why I'm able to still use it and it hasn't ripped all the way off. Some serious redneck engineering going on the inside of that thing. But I finally found a pin small enough to get in here. Now it's tight. There used to be a pin there, but I think I had to space this up or something happened. But this whole thing needs a reworking. And I'm gonna go with the battery bank with a solar charger. Because I had 2 batteries on here before with a solar panel, and I never had to charge the battery. Because realistically, other than like the minute or two that I run that jack, or the minute or two that I use the crane, you're not continuously running these motors. So, you know, a battery bank is amazing. One single battery worked all day. This thing worked all day picking all this shit up. And I barely even got to charge it. I did hook this battery on it for a second. I did that whole first job, went and picked up that tenant thing, drug that up here, and then did the whole second job with this thing. I couldn't get this thing to run the battery charger. The stupid new electronic charger didn't like this thing surging, I guess. So unless this thing is under a load, I let my buddy use it real quick to cut one of them tenants off, and under a load it just runs steady. But when you have it's just idling, it's going up and down, and the battery charger really doesn't pull enough load on it to kick it up, you know. So we'll look into that. Other than that, for like running the air compressor, worked great. Okay, here's the final ticket from that job. Now, there is still a bunch of steel that was sold with this from the transformers and the slip fitters that I don't remember what I actually got for it, but it was another couple $100 bucks. So we had 1,743 pounds of old sheet. I got 42 cents a pound. $906.36 cast aluminum. 122 pounds, 50 cents a pound. $61. 63 clean extrusion. 229 pounds, 70 cents a pound. $160.30. The Bear Bright is from, as soon as I got back, I picked up copper before I even offloaded my trailer, which was like 900 something pounds. And after strip, we had 771 pounds, $331 a pound for $2,552.01. Then we had number 2 copper. This is from the transformers. And I think I still had some more. I don't know if that was all of them. 461 pounds, $380 a pound, $1,419.88. Not bad. I did way better on that than I thought I was going to do. Number 2 wire, we had 14 pounds, 92 cents a pound, $12.88. That was just all the transformer clippings for $5,112.43. Now, deduct that bright and shiny, that was $2,560.42 plus the $1,300 I think I made on the first trip. So we're looking at $3,800, almost $4,000. I'd say with the steel, I made $4,000 off that job in about 3 days, and probably with food, fuel, the hotel stays, I might have been $600 or $700 out of pocket. I did buy 2 or 3 used tires, which I would have needed anyway. But you know, I probably had a good amount. You know, probably burned through $200, $250 worth of fuel driving back and forth, and then a couple $100 for the hotel, 3 nights. So all in all, it was a good job. Definitely because I didn't have to pay for it. Sorry it took so long to drop this. I had to take a break. There's a lot going on in my life, and YouTube is like a full-time second job that I have. But as always, I always take the money I get from YouTube and try to put it back into it. I bought some new stuff. I've had some stuff, and I upgraded my Premiere Pro because I did meet with an editor, but the way we're going to do it, we're going to do remote editing, which requires me to have a business plan, Premiere Pro, which is a little bit more expensive. I don't mind spending money to bring you guys better content. And with an editor, I'm going to be able to up the content, bring you guys better quality videos, and I'm going to have more time to really show you guys the stuff I want to show you, and bring this channel to a whole nother level. There's so much I want to do that I'm just restricted by time, my resources. Now, I did have a couple things, unfortunately, that set me back big time, actually. But, you know, we're just going to push right through and get back on track. This video here is probably going to be the last one I edit on the old style of Premiere Pro. It's Premiere Pro, but it's a different version of it. It's like it's got more stuff involved. It gives me more options. And I can have what's called a team project, where literally 2 people can be editing the same project at the same time. You know, kind of hard to believe and understand how that works. But to get that going is a whole process. I have to learn a whole new way of doing this. I actually had to get an external hard drive because one of the issues I ran out of storage. I filled up a terabyte of storage on my computer, and all of my SD cards, which I think I have like 4 or 5 of them, were all full of video. My phone was full of video, and I wind up actually having to delete some older projects that I didn't get to that I was kind of saving, and I regret not going and getting a external hard drive. This is a 2 terabyte hard drive. It was like 80 something bucks, 90 bucks. I'm actually probably going to get another one of them, but this is going to make my life a lot easier for what I have planned for the channel and my other venture that I want to get into, which is basically why I have a microphone and a camera, and why I got that couch over there. So I know I've never really showed my office that much because I just come in here to edit videos, but this is totally rearranged from how it was. And I'm gonna be doing a lot more live streams and a whole nother channel from in here. So stay tuned for that. So I literally have probably a whole entire month of like 3 videos a week just on here that I'm gonna start knocking out. So my ultimate goal is to get like a week or 2 ahead. So it's not such a big scramble for me to try to get a video or 2 out a week. You know, doing it by myself, it's a lot of work. Nobody up until this point has helped me with shooting, editing, the YouTube, none of that shit. And I'm not really a computer person. My job, I need to be out there in that shop, okay? I need to be in that shop building the project and filming. I can film, build the projects, and let someone else deal with this. So this new editor is gonna take a lot of pressure and time off of my hands so that I can focus on just the content part of it. I don't need to be worried about this stuff. Someone that does this needs to be doing it. Now, I will say, the team edit stuff where they're editing remotely, it involves a lot of stuff. So I actually have to do a little more work setting up the video in the Premiere Pro for them to edit remotely. And it has to do with putting videos in the cloud, making proxy videos, which are a lower quality video that I put in the cloud, and then they can take and edit that. Because when you edit a video, you don't need high definition video. You just need like a, you know, a lower resolution. And actually, I've actually experienced this while editing in Premiere Pro. If you're trying to scrub through the video really fast and you got like 4K video on there or high definition video, it lags. You know, it don't like it. It actually likes you to edit in a lower quality. You can scrub through it faster and get it done. So all that stuff is like a learning curve for me. And we got it pretty much dialed in. We met 2 times and we kind of figured out how it works. It's just completely different than what I've been used to for the past 2 years. So just bear with me while I figure all that out, and I promise you the quality of the videos and the quantity of the videos are going to go up. So if you come this far, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We're about to take this YouTube stuff to the next level. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. copper dancing before? These guys made short work of that little run. We got a whole nother stack under there. And I wasn't kidding when I said the shop is just full of scrap on this side and on the other side. So we're clearing off the trailer right now. We got scrap everywhere, man. It's just exploding out of it, out of the shop. We got, oh, it's another air handler. This is a huge reservoir. Okay. Hot water. It's a brand new hot water heater. It's all the copper pipe. That all needs to be prepped. Got all kinds of valves and all kinds of craziness. Where's that? Oh, there it is. This was like on top of here. Bam, like that, I think. I cut that off of there. It was just kind of hovering up there. And all these red things like that. Is that what that is? Yeah. So now that we got our deck cleared, oh, check this out. I got me another reel. Hold that off. These are filters for that other unit. And now that we got the deck cleared off, we can actually start loading those boxes. We're going to use the boxes for walls. And since they're hollow, we're going to fill them with all that scrap. There's a bunch of little tedious stuff in this trailer right here that we can stuff down inside these boxes. Got a maze of scrap, man. All right, this goes with here. I know this is kind of crazy. We got more copper in here, man. Look at all this copper. All these units, this is a split unit. The other half of it's like over there somewhere. But every one of these units was working and in excellent condition. We have these. Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna have AC here in the shop soon.